employee leaving out of the north. Good evening, good evening. Happy Thursday, happy Throwback Thursday to one and to all. Just wanted to jump on really quickly. Hold on for a moment. Hey there, Big Greg. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. But just reflecting on life a little bit. It's the holidays, and many people celebrate. Others do not. Many people remember those that they've lost years ago. I lost my mom 24 years ago, and it feels like, excuse me, excuse me, feels like yesterday, really. And then I was listening to LadyDeeJ's video when she announced that she had or she was diagnosed rather with lung cancer and a lot of the things. I couldn't listen to it at first. It took me a while, and someone was in my comments today, and I'm not sure if that was really her sister or not. If it was, I'm grateful that she stopped by to leave a message again. I had never seen her before, so I don't. People sometimes can be trolls. Who knows? People can be cruel on these YouTube streets as well as in real life. But Big Greg, I'm glad that you're here because I wanted to thank you, Skinny and Mondo, and people who know the history know that I've gone head to head with quite a few quite a few people, but those days, as far as being meek and timid, and to be 100% honest, it wasn't so much as being meek or timid, it was more so being surprised and having so many things come at me at one time, and then trying to protect people that you care about and not having things on the outside come inside your home. It was just a learning experience. And the particular video, she was just speaking about that and how she didn't know how it happened, and and she wasn't really a heavy smoker. So with certain, I'll just say, conditions, we just never know. I remember when my mom was diagnosed with cancer cells, and we know how far technology has come. And for her to choose to have the surgery that she did at her weight and age, I just knew it was a bad idea. And again, it was cells. I mean, there could have been other things that she could have chosen to do, but when people get a certain age, they're hard headed and they do what they have to do. And she was at Georgetown University in DC, and that's one of the best oncology centers that we have on the East Coast. So the surgery went well. It was just her wound care, and it seems like it was one thing after another. And I remember she told me a long time ago, a lot of older people would say, if air hits something, things start to spread. So I remember LadyDeeJ was having quite a few little procedures, and I was kind of concerned about that. I know when I was in the hospital for a bit, and I can resonate with just that one part where she spoke about being careful as far as the lung and the heart, because it does put a lot on. So I check with my little oximeter often. So that part I knew exactly what she was talking about. But as far as the other pain, I could never say I understand or I felt remotely close to that, because I would be disingenuous. But she left a lot of gems, and honestly, she was one of the ones who inspired me to stop wearing makeup. Now, I know some people may say you need to put some on, and I will tell you, you know what? Go to you know where. I'm comfortable in my skin, and I do. I miss her laughter. She had her ways. I'll say that, but she just brought for me a lot of laughter and the time that I needed it, which that I think is what hurt so much. She didn't know what she was actually facing, but she didn't know that when I was going through, the laughter that she brought me was helping me get through what I was going through. So I'll forever be grateful to her for that. So I've heard, I have not heard it come out of anyone's mouth except for a while ago. But I'm going to say this, and I'm very serious. People need to be careful about certain things that they say about people, because when it comes back, all the times it may not come back on you. It could come back on things or people that you love. And I don't understand why grown people haven't really oh, it's okay, gaming vibes. It's part of life. It's part of life. And Big Greg said my aunt recently passed from cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know, Big Greg. So yes, it's a lot of hurtful things going on. Colon cancer. She made too many decisions that absolutely, and that's what my mother did too. So I I I just knew after she had that surgery, it wasn't going to be that long. So you just have to support your parents, even though deep inside you know that this is probably not going to end up well. But if that's what they choose to do, that there's really not much that you can do. Yes, Big Greg, she was, and she would be on your top in a minute, and then the next minute she would be laughing. The video I listened to right before that one was where she asked Mondo to to grab her link. She was going on him, and then she just started talking to him with this motherly advice, and it was just, it was like almost like mother and son. And at the end they both laughed it off and wished each other love, even though like I said, she was on his top at first, but he did not he didn't even say anything when she was speaking. He just let her have the floor. He showed her the utmost respect. You know, I've had my, like I said, toe to toe with him, and um, he doesn't extend respect like that to too many people. So to actually witness that, it was a beautiful thing. So people can have preconceived notions. Sometimes you can get people in the wrong day and time, and you just should never underestimate anybody. And I think a lot of people have I have done that as far as I'm concerned. And I've asked, I've begged, I pleaded for people to, when it comes to me, I get it. If you're on social media, you can be a target at any time. But if you're going to speak on me, please have your ducks on the road. Don't make up things, because one thing I cannot stand is for someone to, number one, lie to me, and to lie on me. That being said, I said that I had retired and I came out of um, retirement semi. Keep getting these clients calling me, and they're like, "At least you can do this. You can do this. I know you can get it done." So I've been chasing this dude for some time. He just a man full of issues. He had a court date yesterday, didn't go. So there was a bench warrant out. And I said, "You mean to tell me you really want me to go all the way back up to this court? And if he didn't go to the one yesterday, what makes you think he would be there today?" But in order to do my due diligence, that's what I was paid to do, number one. And I had to do that to close it out. When you're dealing with lawyers, you have to make sure that you at least attempt to do that. So when I got there, I was looking for this man with the description that I had, and lo and behold, someone that fit the description came in, and I asked around if such and such was here loud enough so that he could hear. I went a little bit closer to him and asked if he was that person. He was like, "No, he was just there for some type of proceeding." So I said to myself, "No, I think that's him." So I waited, and a public defender came out, and he walked up to the public defender. So I eased on over, and he told the public defender his last name. I said, "You SOB, not only did you lie to my face, you thought you were going to get away with it." So I waited until he finished having his conversation with the public defender, and before he went in the courtroom, "Hey there, Cheryl, I served him with his papers, and because he lied to me, I told the sheriff that was standing by the door, because the doors hadn't opened, that homeboy over there has a bench warrant out for him. So I'm going to take my mug off of this screen, because a lot of people out here have been talking, and this is no slight to anyone. Let me say that right now. But there are a lot of people out here that have been talking about pull ups. And I understand the entertainment value, I get it. But when I pull up, not only do I drive my car, get out and knock on the door, I actually pull up and walk up on you, as you will see in this little clip right here. I'm going to have to loop it because it was quick, because I had to get out of there. But yeah, this is just a little snippet of my work. So I'm saying this to say, cockeye, the sailor man, whatever you're going through, leave me out of it. Leave me out of it, because again, I'm not one to be played with, and that's for anyone. I will, and I have walked up on folk, as you can see right here. So you could see him. I darkened out his face, but he was reading the papers that I delivered to him. So the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, broskies, don't ever, ever underestimate anyone. Do not take my age. Please don't take my age, my height, or any other challenges I may have, because, unlike many people, I believe in a higher power, and I don't play on these streets. So that is my quick reflection. LadyDeeJ, thank you for your wisdom, but mostly your laughs. And I'm getting to a point where I can listen to most of your videos without getting too teary eyed. Sometimes I end up breaking down, so I'm trying to get through as many as possible, and just enjoying your memory. You left so much more that you can't even put a price tag on, and it's unfortunate that you have pieces of you know what that I'll just say allegedly that are saying negative things. Nobody's perfect, okay? I'm not perfect. I've said some things now. Going down in the mud, no, I'm not going to do that. And I thought, and unless I was mumbling, I made that clear. So I don't really know what's going on. I try not to look at the mentions because I still have things that I'm dealing with, and I don't really like being upset. So, again, one of my pet peeves are to be lied to and to be lied on. And those that know me know that I walk up and knock. I don't just drive by. And in that little clip right there, I will walk up on you. Simple and plain. And another thing, I don't really engage, as you can tell, in the back and forth. If I have a little bit of spare time on my hands and I feel like it, I may play with you for a little bit, but most of my damage is done off of YouTube, where I'm really quiet about it. I'm like, shh. See, I don't run and tell everybody everything that I'm doing. To me, that's foolish. You never know who is on whose team. So it's best to keep your plans, what moves you're making, to yourself, and do it solo dolo. And that is what I do. So again, I'm going to make this very plain and simple. The damage that I do is off of YouTube. And as I said, I could have just served that man and left it alone, but he lied. He lied to my face, which is very disrespectful. So, again, I let the little sheriff know. Dude over there has a bench warrant out that was just issued yesterday. So, whether he's in or out, I don't know. But those are games I wouldn't play with when it comes to me. take that any way you would like. You see the actual receipts. You didn't hear it from anybody but me. So I'll say it again. Try me. And with that, you all enjoy the remainder of your Thursday. And and blessings to you too, Cheryl. Now, see, that wasn't nasty. Now, was it? I'm just letting you know. And people already know. I think some think I'm joking, but no, I'm not joking at all. Until I take my last breath, and who knows when that'll be. It could very well be tonight. Who knows? But I'm leaving my footsteps as I go. And I'm letting you know, don't play with me. Don't. Okay? You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. As I've said, I have tried to clean my slate with everyone. I do not want to bring in any old feelings of resentment or any still feeling a kind of way about anybody into 2025. I want all of that done and gone. And the only way that can be done and gone is if you leave people alone. There's so much other things that you can discuss seriously if you never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to reserve my oxygen for something important like my shows that I'm working on. So I just wanted to come on to number one, speak to everyone, and again to let everyone know that while you're celebrating, or for those that do celebrate, keep those that have lost loved ones who may not be in the festive mood in your thoughts and prayers. That's not to say you can't enjoy yourself and your family. You're supposed to, but just take a little bit of that, just a teeny weeny bit of that, and think about people who are grieving right now. So hopefully, you too, Big Greg. Cheryl said silent but deadly. I understand. Um, it is what it is. I don't really like jibber jabber, as my mom used to say. I just come in, do what I need to do, and I don't stay to watch the you know what drop. So yeah, that was me today. And like I said, I had been chasing him for a while, and as luck would have it, and he probably didn't show up for his date yesterday because he may not have known about it. Trust me, he knows about it now. So don't lie to me, and please don't lie on me, because that, as I said before, is a no no. And my damage is all for YouTube. You truly don't know who I might know. And I don't need to take photo ops with anybody. Okay? Just because you're cheesing it up with someone doesn't mean you don't know people. But I want people to think that. So continue to think that. That's when uh that's when the big boom comes. So yes, absolutely. And hey there, Brian Black. How are you doing? Hopefully, you are doing well. Yes, Cheryl, I think that's what everybody should honestly strive for. And good morning to you, member twin. Oh, and I forgot to recognize you as well, Cheryl, as being a member. Thank you so much. I may be doing a members giveaway. I don't know. My last show for this year with Cinda Williams, family and friends, will be next Saturday, and our special guest is Dr. Alicia Watkins. And if the last name Watkins sounds familiar, it should, because that's the wife of Dr. Boyce Watkins. Yay! So slowly but surely, like I said, I'm trying to move away and do different things. And I had something scheduled for tonight, but I can't do it. So it may have to wait until Sunday. But Dr. Newsom and I were going to be talking about these drones, and actually, there's a scripture that I've been reading and studying in the book of Revelations, Revelations 9, as a matter of fact, called the Army of Drones. So we're going to be talking about that. So as far as all of this beef and whatever, I really don't have the time for it, but I will address things when it's needed. So hopefully I've made myself crystal clear on whatever it is that is going on now. I think Big Greg, you suffered a slight casualty. I'm sure that you'll bounce back. I've seen people bounce back. I mean, I've been a victim of strikes. Oh gosh, 3, 4 times. I've been demonetized 3, 4 times. I mean, go figure. So yeah, I guess I should be putting more content on my vegan channel, because that is monetized. It's just there's not enough time in the day. It really isn't. So I'll get to it. But that's all I have really. I did a couple of videos yesterday. Those of you that heard of Rayful Edmond, I may talk about that more on the weekend, but apparently, after being in a halfway house for 4 or 5 months, he passed away with a heart attack. Rayful Edmond is from my neck of the woods, DC, and he was a huge drug kingpin. I mean, he was pushing, he had a $1 billion weekly enterprise going on, and he struck a deal, and well, just the other day, he apparently passed away by a heart attack. But the strange thing is, well, this was at the time when I reported it, that the Bureau of Prisons, they didn't release any details. So who really knows what's going on? There's a lot. So I would just say be hyper vigilant and make sure that you pay attention to what are truly distractions, because many things truly are. So keep your eyes on the prize. And Big Greg said, I'm not worried about this channel, it's just for and it says it's not connecting to my gaming channel. Okay. Oh, Brian, you remember him? Brian says Rayful had an infamous run for sure. Yes, that's what a lot of people are saying, Brian Black. So I'm going to look into that a little more. I oh no, I can't even say that. I can't say too much about that. But yeah, when the news broke that he was going to be released, people in DC were like, "What?" But as I mentioned when I did my live yesterday, that there were still people that welcomed him with open arms. So same thing with Marion Barry. You know, beloved mayor. And if that man were alive today and ran for mayor, I do believe the people would still vote him in. And whatever street pharmaceutical that he was caught with, that will still be forgiven. And you have that with certain people. You can do wrong, but people will still forgive you. And keep in mind, there were about 30 homicides, and I said homicide, silent H, but he was never linked to any of them. His associates were, but he wasn't. And when he hooked up with Chicky Blanco in Pennsylvania, in this little documentary that I watched, business continued. So a lot of what he said, I believe, was accurate. So it's just amazing to me that he, the circumstances seem a little bit bizarre, but a lot of things are bizarre. One day, maybe, we'll get to the bottom of it. Yes, they still do. They still do. He is a staple in DC history, as is the godfather of go-go, Chuck Brown, as well as Ben's Chili Bowl. All of those things that I put up, and there was so much more I could have put up, but yes, DC is rich with history and scandal. Trust me. I mean, if you really want to look into something, look at the Chandra Levy and Gary Condit case. Chandra Levy was a beautiful intern, and well, you can just do your research on that. Lots of things happen in DC that it's spoken about for a while, and then later on it goes under a hush. And then people go back to their wives and their states from whence they came, and everything goes along as normal, like nothing ever happened. So, yeah, that's the world that we live in. Well, at least for now. So, hi there, Irar. And hey there, Boss Joes. How are you doing, member? I've got to go because I'm at work, but I just wanted to come on and say that really quickly, show that clip real quickly to let people know that I actually do pull up. I pull up and knock, and I will pull up and walk up on you at 5 foot even. So a lot of times when you see me in those black pants, those are actually BDUs. And if you don't know what that stands for, look it up. So with that, you all take care and be safe, be well, be healthier. Until next video, bye bye for now.